Can you tell me your name and what this event here is all about?
My name is Linneas, and this event is to get people more connected in the activism scene. Just learn how they can get more involved, especially in peaceful ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought you had a lot of interesting things to say up there. You know, one of the things that you're talking about is like you encourage people to not just go down to the JC if they're just doing thrill seeking or starting stuff just to start stuff. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you're talking about there?
Well, what I was saying was, like, if you're going down there just for fun, you're not here for my community, and you are just out down there to make a trend. And also, it gives kind of like the media an outlet to assume that those thrill seekers are a part of Antifa or Black Lives Matter. I like to rectify that and tell people, no, not everybody's part of the Black Lives Matter movement. Not everybody's part of Antifa. There are people down there that are pissed off at the feds being here, and they have a right to be pissed off about the feds being here. I also like to recommend, if you don't want to be down in protest, there's also other forms of protest that are happening all over town. Like, this is not the only form of protest. Like, it's only one little sliver of the downtown area that's damaged, which I like. I don't like anything being damaged, but at the same time, I understand why people are angry about it. But I also recommend people to just open their eyes and see that there's other forms of protest. And whether you agree with us or not, I also advocate for you to come out and have a conversation with us. I don't bite. I am down to talk to whoever, have a conversation with whoever, because I feel like it's important to have that open dialogue with someone. But at the end of the day, I will not have people, especially a journalist called Andy Non, going out there and making the black community look like we're all a bunch of apes, like what she likes to call us, or likes to call us, like, assume that we're all thugs, because that's really rude. Like, it's like, I won't talk to him because he's done more harm than good, and I mean, I wish him well, but he needs to get in his head that not everybody down there is a BLM activist or an Antifa member. And also, if you want to have an actual conversation with people, don't assume and don't start trouble to get what you want. That's all I'm saying.
And you mentioned Black Lives Matter is not a seasonal thing.
It's
Can
not.
you explain a little bit about that?
Well, the Black Lives Matter movement is not a seasonal thing. It's like people who are black are protesting every day of their life, whether it's in school, whether it's at work, whether it's on the street. We deserve to live and be treated equally just like everybody else, and that's the whole problem of the movement. Not the problem of the movement, that's the whole base of the movement. And I think it's kind of just like frustrating when people say, like, well, all lives matter. They don't yet, and that's why we're saying Black Lives Matter. Until Black lives, brown lives, and all the POC lives matter are at the same level, we'll never ever say all lives matter, because that's insulting, and it also tries to diminish our voices, and that's not what we're here to do, and I'm not having it.
Yeah, and what's your reaction to some of the stuff that's happened this week? A lot has happened. Ted Wheeler went went downtown, and then there was
he went down for
NAACP
one day
meeting.
because he wants to get reelected. He's not there for us. He's there to get publicity and act like he's there for us. I see right through that. It's not good methodology. It's never been effective, and I just see right through it. Like, if you were really down for a year to help the black community, then you would be down there every day, but you were the one who brought this problem upon us. So yes, you took accountability that you brought this down, but that's not good enough for us.
And there's been kind of a resurgence of the numbers of people coming out, and ever since federal presence have been here. What's your reaction to that?
I think the feds need to go home, because this is not a war zone. You are not needed here. You're wasting your time, and you're also just going to get more and more people down there, because everybody's really, really fed up with you being there. I feel like I made a pun. Fed. Here. But it's just like, we're not going anywhere. Those people downtown are not going anywhere. I'm not always going to put myself in the limelight for what's going on. I do other forms of peaceful protest, and that's what I'm here for. That's why I came here. There's so many events that are happening. There's so many ways there's so many things that people, I feel like, are neglecting. I appreciate you guys being down here, because there's more than one form of protests that are happening in town. Like, there's pdx.blm.events is where you go and figure out where you want to go for events and talk to people and have open communication, and I really appreciate that. So there's so many events that are happening, but it's like the Justice Center is not the main hub where the black community is protesting all over town.
Absolutely. And is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
I would recommend for people who are skeptical about the whole movement to talk to someone of color like me and get where we're coming from instead of assuming that we don't have jobs. Child, we all have jobs. I work at nights, but I'm here down during the day, like protesting. Also, we're in a pandemic, so assuming that we don't have jobs, you probably don't have a job either right now. But don't assume that we're all thugs and doing stuff, because I'm not. You can't assume that, and you can't come down with that generalization. But if you want to have a conversation, I'm willing to have that conversation with you.